What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Total Blast, where we talk about everything Marvel and the MCU. I think fans are going to be really happy to hear about the future of the MCU. Today, we'll be talking about a Spider-Man and Daredevil team-up in the MCU that was teased by Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige himself. He talked about how the Secret Wars is going to be bigger than Avengers Endgame and Infinity Wars. And he also talked about how they're going to be totally different, and how Kang is going to be completely different from Thanos, and how we're going to get a big team-up of films before the Avengers film come out, and how it could include Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It looks like Ant-Man 3 will be a big semi-Avengers team-up film, and this could introduce the Fantastic Four or the Young Avengers. And as I said earlier, we have a lot of things to talk about, so if you're new, please subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. Now, the first thing that we have to talk about is Spider-Man and Daredevil, and it looks like they're finally going to be teaming up in the MCU. I'm sure most everybody is aware, but if you are not, at San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel Studios announced they are indeed rebooting Daredevil, and Charlie Cox is coming back, of course, to play Matt Murdock, and Kingpin is, of course, going to be played by one and only Vincent D'Onofrio. That's right, the original Daredevil and original Kingpin from the Netflix series are coming to the MCU. Now, as per continuity between the Netflix world and the MCU, it's still a bit unclear. We don't know if these are the exact same characters from the exact same world. Based off everything that we've heard so far, they are kind of the same, except the stories are going to be changed a little bit. Now, it's called Daredevil Born Again, and while this could be a nod to the fact that they're kind of rebooting the characters from the Netflix series, it's going to be new in the MCU. It is also a Marvel comic graphics novel written by Frank Miller. In the comics, the Daredevil Born Again story arc is kind of about Daredevil becoming insane and struggling to build a new life for himself. And we'll see this in 18 different episodes. And that's really exciting on its own. But if you consider the fact that Spider-Man might actually show up in the series, it gets even more exciting. And of course, Daredevil could show up in Spider-Man films as well. Kevin Feige was describing the different sides of the MCU. Then he says that the Daredevil is going into the streets level. And then Spidey is also getting into the streets level as well. This is a huge hint that Spider-Man and Daredevil are going to be teaming up in the future, which makes perfect sense. This happens plenty of times in the comics, and everyone pretty much loves it. And not to mention, Kingpin is about to be in the MCU and Daredevil Born Again. Kingpin is a major Spider-Man villain. It is only a matter of time until Spider-Man runs into Kingpin, and since Daredevil is going to be dealing with Kingpin first, it looks like a team-up is definitely in our future, hopefully very soon. It's been revealed that Murdock is going to be the villain for Ant-Man 3 along with Kang. So, who's going to be joining Ant-Man and the Wasp in Ant-Man 3? Well, rumors have been going around for a while that Marvel Studios might introduce the Fantastic Four in Ant-Man 3. Kevin Feige has recently revealed that the Fantastic Four movie is not going to be the typical origin story. Fantastic Four may be getting their powers from the quantum realm in the MCU. It may be the Fantastic Four could actually be the one teaming up with Ant-Man to go against Kang the Conqueror and Murdock. After all, the Fantastic Four are scientists, and they could as well be working with Hank Pym to study the quantum realm. The Fantastic Four have spent plenty of time in the negative zone in the comics, and the MCU could be viewing the quantum realm as sort of another negative zone as well. So there's a possibility that the Fantastic Four could show up and team up with Ant-Man and the Wasp and everybody else in Ant-Man 3. Now, the other possibility is a team up with some young Avengers. We already know that Scott Lang's daughter, Cassie Lang, is about to be a hero in the MCU. And they've already actually teased her in a very first poster that we got for Ant-Man 3 during SDCC. And this might actually be the team up, just Scott Lang, with the Wasp and his daughter. Keep in mind, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was a team-up film, according to Kevin Feige, but it really involved only one team. The good news is that Kevin Feige has essentially confirmed that Secret Wars is going to be bigger than Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. He said that we're going to have these team-up films that lead up to a huge Avengers film that will always end a saga. So, we're not going to have a new Avengers film every couple of years. We're only going to have a really big Avengers film that ends sagas entirely. And that's why Kevin Feige is saying we're going to have all of these kind of mini Avengers film where we see a bunch of heroes team up before Avengers movie. Kevin Feige also confirmed in an interview that due to the sheer fact that we now have all of these Disney Plus shows and they're able to introduce new characters per year, the new Avengers movie, The Kang Dynasty and The Secret Wars, are going to be naturally bigger than Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. because there are lots of more characters. Secret War is going to have variants, as we all know. There are going to be tons of heroes, and some of these heroes are just going to be different variants in one film. And lastly, Kevin Feige has defined the areas of the MCU. He said that we have the supernatural side, the street side, and then the comic side. And when he said the supernatural side, he mentioned Ghost Riders with the tents of Donny Blaze, not Johnny Blaze, but Donny Blaze, and the new She-Hulk trailer. It does seem like Ghost Rider is upon us, and hopefully pretty soon. But in the meantime, it looks like the MCU is going to have plenty of exciting projects. Let me know what you're most excited about in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like this video and to share it. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.